Brandon, did those guys make it a little tougher on you than you expected?
That was a tough team. They fought. But, we kind of put it out in the end.
Matt, what did you think was ultimately what kind of allowed you guys to take control in the second half and, I don't want to say pull away, but hang on for the win?
I feel like in the second half we really shared the ball really well and took care of the ball. Made sure they only got one chance on the defensive end and the offensive end. We just took care of it.
Brandon, was it tough coming in? This is a team that I think is still transitioning to Division I, and you guys are coming off playing Nebraska and USC. Was it difficult to kind of make a transition, games like that where you have to get so fired up for it and then coming to a team like this?
Nah, you really prepare the same for every game. You just come out and play as hard as you can. That's all you can do.
Matt, what was your guys' approach defensively in this game?
Defensively, we really focused on rebounding. The last two games, they out-rebounded us, and that's something we take pride in, is to out-rebound the other team. And I think we were plus 16 on the boards this game, so that was a good thing.
Brandon, how do you feel like the roles on this team are kind of starting to shake out? I mean, you guys are 6 games into it now, and it looks like you guys are kind of starting to settle into what they're going to do for this team.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's role is just come out and play as one and play as hard as you can.
Matt, looking forward to, just mentioned, USC, Nebraska, now you get to go Arizona. How will you guys approach that game?
We just got to approach it like any other game. We know they're a really good team. We got to stay focused. It's a short turnaround, 2 days, but, focus on the little things, rebounding, defense, taking care of the ball.
Anyone else?
Brandon, I know at the beginning of the season when I talked to Coach Henderson, he said that your role was just getting the team started and being the best you can for the team and really not scoring, but the last couple games you've had really good games. How do you feel you're taking your role to the next level?
I just come out and do the best I can every time. Step on the floor, give it 100%, and just leave.
Well, it's good to be back in Frost Arena. Good to see you guys. Thanks for coming. And certainly excited about our second half. I thought we played probably the best offensive half we have had this year with this group of guys. And it was really nice to play inside out. And when you take the right shots, you shoot a little bit better percentage. And that's what I was really proud of our guys tonight. I thought we took better shots. I thought we played very unselfishly. And with that, I'll take any questions.
Eric, did you, I don't want to say worry necessarily, but your last 2 games are USC, Nebraska, and now North Alabama. I mean, there's a little bit of a contrast in level of talent there. Did that in any way, make you concerned?
Zim, I think that the deal is you're probably never as good as you think you are, and you're probably never as bad as you think you are either. And we certainly didn't play our best basketball at Nebraska. I thought at USC, I thought we competed. We're in the game at the under 4 timeout. And then, had a couple bad possessions and it got out of hand. But at the end of the day, we competed. Now, the Nebraska game was a different story. We weren't really ready from the tip, and it never felt like we were in it at all. And so you don't want to read too much into that stuff. I do know it was good to get back into Frost Arena, and it was a good time to be back, and it was a good time to play North Alabama. They're a young team. They're a very well-coached team. They play their tails off. But I think it was as much just to get back in Frost Arena than who we were playing.
They wouldn't let you pull away. They kept answering every time in the second half.
There's no doubt. Coach Tony does a really nice job, and they've got a couple dynamic players. Blackman for sure has the ability to score that thing, but he's also had 9 assists in the game this year. So he really, really knows how to play. And they hit timely shots too, just like us. Noah hit a couple big threes down the stretch, after we threw it inside, and inside-out threes go in a lot more often, and Noah capitalized on those. So really proud of those moments. But, give credit to North Alabama. They've had a couple nice wins this year, really battled Indiana at Indiana, and he does a really nice job.
Was it sort of a natural progression, I guess, to being more inside out in the second half, or did it just or was that something you talked about at halftime, like, hey, let's do this more?
Well, I'm really excited about our young post players, whether it's Matt, Alou, and I know Alou didn't get any tick tonight, but or Doug, and I think those guys can be playmakers with the ball in their hand. And not only did Matt, have 17 points for us tonight, but he had 4 assists, which 2 of those were those big threes late in the game by Noah. And so we need to play through those guys. Not only can they score it, but they're also very good passers and willing passers. Now, Doug got a little quick tonight and got a little, fast with his feet and turned it over, and a couple travels and an offensive foul. So he wasn't very efficient down there tonight like he usually is. But it's a concerted, a very, very intentional effort, Zim, that we need to keep throwing it inside and playing through those guys.
So tonight it was a night where we actually saw that there wasn't just one player that's going to show up every night, and usually Doug shows up, but tonight Matt showed up. How do you feel the overall talent showed tonight, and how does that make you excited for the rest of the season?
Yeah, I mean, we've talked a lot about this team, and it doesn't matter which. It doesn't really. It's gonna change every night. It's not going to be the same guys every night. And we have 13 guys on our roster, and they all have a chance to impact this game. And some guys that didn't even barely play tonight may get an opportunity on Thursday night that they just need to be ready. And, like Matt took advantage of his opportunity tonight. Noah really took advantage of his opportunities tonight. And guys like that. Brandon had a really, really good second half. I thought he struggled in the first half and just wasn't really focused, but then he probably pours in his best half of his career in the second half, So it's just we need to be ready from the start and play 40 minutes. And that's the thing about this team. We're still learning about this team. We're still growing as a team. But the 2 things that I feel like we really, really need to work on is number 1, the 40-minute deal. And then number 2 is, as you look at our statistics, just that turnover rate is just so high. And if we continue to do that, we're going to put ourselves in some really tough positions.
Is Brandon going to be able to score like that? I mean, he wasn't really a scorer the last time you guys had him.
He's certainly capable, Zim. It's just he's improved his shot, as you can see, and when he takes the right ones, he can shoot a good percentage. It's just when he gets a little, in a hurry sometimes and stuff, that's when, we can't have that, But when he takes the right shots, I want him to fire away. When he's in the heat of the moment and feels good about it, it's okay. He is certainly capable of that, and I think a lot of our fans and you guys can tell the maturity that Brandon has had with, having to sit out a year, and you have to do a few gut checks, and you have to humble yourself a little bit, and he's certainly done that. There's no doubt.
Coach mentioned the turnovers, committed 18 of them. Do you feel that North Alabama was just that good, or did you guys just play with the stuff?
I think it was a combination of both. They have a high turnover rate. They turn over teams a lot. They're, one of the top 10% in the country at doing that. But tonight, to be real honest with you, I thought it was a lot more of what we were doing. And you look, Doug has 8 turnovers, and that's uncharacteristic of him. And it was just him playing too fast. It wasn't necessarily what they were doing. We're hungry, he's excited, so we just need to learn to slow down, and the more experience you get, the slower you'll play and the more confident you'll play. So I think it was a little bit of a both combination, but certainly we had a lot to do with it too.
And what can we expect from 14th ranked Arizona?
Yeah, very talented team, obviously, but they're a very balanced team. They play their tails off, and Coach Miller does a great job, and they have a really talented freshman point guard that I think he's one of the better point guards in the country. He does a little bit of everything for his team and gets everybody involved, gets everybody feeling confident and rewarding people for working hard and getting them easy baskets. So we'll have our hands full, but we're excited for the challenge. It's always fun to go to battle with this group because they love each other and they just want to get better. And we got to look at every opportunity as a chance to get better.